Hi guys, this is Teacher Klein and our lesson for today is about first aid. Pero bago tayo magsimula, alamin muna natin yung mga knowledge nyo about sa topic natin ngayon. Let's proceed to our questions. True or false? In treating a sprain, apply heat during the first 2 days. True or false? What do you think is the answer? False. Next, if the sprain is to the hands or fingers, remove the rings immediately. Kung na-sprain daw yung kamay nyo o yung finger nyo, kailangan daw tanggalin yung singsing kaagad. True or false? True. If there is an open fracture, cover it with a clean gauze. True or false? True. If the surgery is needed, let the patient eat. Pakainin daw yung patient kapag magsa-surgery na. True or false? False. Okay, very good. If the patient collapses due to the heat exhaustions, transport him or her to cool place and give him or her plenty of water. True or false? True. Okay, so now let's proceed to our lesson, which is the physical fitness. Physical fitness is the capacity of an individual to perform his or her task or daily task without undue fatigue and still has extra energy for recreation and emergency. So, ang physical fitness, ito yung kakayahan or kakayanan mo na gawin yung mga trabaho mo, yung mga daily routines mo, daily task, na kahit pagod ka na, may extra ka pa ring energy para sa mga leisure time, yung mga hobbies mo, mga recreational activities gaya ng pagbabasketball, pagtitiktok, and in case of emergency, meron ka pa ring energy or may lakas ka pa rin. That is physical fitness. So, there are physical fitness test objectives. So, ano ba yon? To determine the level of fitness of students. Para malaman kung physically fit ba yung or kung physically fit ba kayo. Number 2 is to identify physical strength and weakness of students for development and improvement. Para malaman kung saan ka malakas, kung saan ka mahina, para ma-develop pa or ma-improve pa yung kakayahan mo. Next is to provide baseline data for selection of physical activities for enhancement of health and skill-related performance. So, para mabigyan naman ng tamang physical activities para sa enhancement ng inyong or ng iyong health and skill-related performance. Next is to gather data for the development of norms and standard and to motivate, guide, and counsel pupils or students in selecting sports for recreation, competition, and lifetime participation. Dito naman para ma-motivate kayo at mag-guide na din sa pagpili ng mga sports na gusto nyo. Kahit na ito ay for recreation lamang or hobbies nyo lamang, or pwede din na for competition, yung makikikompete na kayo, or pwede namang lifetime participation. So, that is the physical fitness test objectives. Ano-ano ba yung mga materials na kailangan natin gamitin kapag gagawin na natin sa bahay yung ating physical fitness test? So, kailangan natin ng first aid kit if ever man na masugatan kayo. Drinking water. Syempre, kailangan ng tubig pag napagod. And towel kapag pinagpawisan. And scorecards. Doon yung ilalagay yung mga scores ninyo. Kapag ginagawa naman na yung physical fitness test, kailangan natin ng tape measure, weighing scale or timbangan, and yung assistance ng parents or guardians ninyo para to sa pagkuha ng body composition or yung BMI, body mass index. Sa flexibility naman, kailangan natin ay tape measure. Sa cardiovascular endurance, kailangan natin ng stopwatch, step box, or stairs. Sa muscular strength, kailangan ng mat, meter stick, or tape measure din. Sa reaction time, ang kailangan natin ay ruler, yung 12 inches lang. Sa coordination, kailangan ng sipa or bola, yung maliit lang. And balance, ang kailangan ay stopwatch. So now, let's proceed to the physical fitness test. Part 1 is the health-related fitness. So sa health-related fitness, dito natin titignan or para malaman natin yung kalagayan ng ating kalusugan. So first is the body composition. It is the body's relative amount of fat to fat-free mass. So ano ba to? Ito yung kung ano yung kalagayan ng ating katawan. Kung ito ba ay normal, obese, overweight, underweight, ganon. So now, paano nga ba natin malalaman kung normal tayo, obese, or abnormal man? So, merong formula ang pagkukompute ng ating body mass index. So, ang formula niya ay weight in kilograms over height in meters squared. So, paano ba computein yon? So, example natin, ang timbang mo ay 30. Ang height mo ay 1.20. So, 30 divided by 1.20 squared. Ma'am, paano po ba yung 1.20 squared? So, pagta-times mo yung 1.20 sa sarili niya. So, 1.20 times 1.20 is equal to 1.44. So, yun yung i-divide natin sa timbang mo na 30. So, 30 divided by 1.44 is equal to 20.83. So, ikaw ay normal. Paano ba natin nalaman na normal ka? So, eto yung mga classifications. Kapag below 18.5 yung nakuha mo, ikaw ay wasted or underweight. Kapag 18.5 to 24.9, nasa normal ka. Pag 25 to 29.9, overweight. 30 to 39.9, obese. And 40 and above is extremely obese. So, weight is the heaviness or lightness of a person. So, syempre, yung timbang mo kung gaano ka kaagaan or kung gaano ka kabigat. So, height naman is the distance between the feet and the floor to the top of the head in standing position, kung gaano ka kataas. Next is flexibility. It is the ability of the joints and muscles to move through its full range of motion. So, dito naman makikita natin kung gaano ka flexible or kung gaano ka flexible yung katawan mo. Kung hanggang saan yung kayang i-bend ng ating joints and muscles. So, ang example nito or yung physical fitness test na gagawin natin ay yung zipper test. Ang purpose ng zipper test ay to test the flexibility of the shoulder girdle. So, ano ba yung procedure niya? So, stand erect. Raise your right arm. Bend your elbow. And reach down across your back as far as possible. To test the right shoulder, extend your left arm down and behind your back. Bend your elbow up across your back. And try to reach or cross your fingers over those of your right hand as if to pull a zipper or scratch between the shoulder blades. To test the left shoulder, repeat procedures with the left hand over the left shoulder. Para naman sa partner ninyo, Observe whether the fingers touch or overlap each other. If not, measure the gap between the middle fingers of both hands with the use of ruler. Record the distance in centimeter. So, ilagay niyo yung na-record nyo or yung measure nung gap dun sa inyong scorecard. So, mamaya, ipapakita ko sa inyo yung example ng scorecard. Next is sit and reach. Ano ba yung purpose ng sit and reach? To test the flexibility of the lower extremities, particularly the trunk. So, nakikita niyo naman sa picture kung paano niya ginagawa. So, ano naman yung procedure neto? Para sa performer or yung sa gagawa ng sit and reach, sit on the floor with back, head, and shoulders flat on the wall. Feet should be 12 inches apart. Interlock thumbs and position the tip of the fingers on the floor without bending the elbows. After the partner has positioned the 0 point of the tape measure at the tip of the middle finger, the pupil or student starts the test by sliding the hands slowly forward without jerking, trying to reach the farthest point possible without bending the knees. Bouncing or jerking movement is not allowed, so do it twice. For the partner, as the performer assumes the procedure, position the 0 point of the tape measure at the tip of the middle finger of the performer. See to it that the knees are not bent as the performer slides the farthest distance that he could. Record the farthest distance reached in centimeters. Okay, now let's proceed to the cardiovascular endurance. Cardiovascular endurance is the ability of the heart, lungs, and blood vessels to deliver oxygen to working muscles and tissues, as well as the ability of those muscles and tissues to utilize the oxygen. Endurance may also refer to the ability of the muscle to do repeated work without fatigue. So, ano ba itong cardiovascular endurance? Sinusukat dito yung kakayahan ng heart, lungs, and blood vessels kung saan sila yung nagde-deliver ng oxygen sa mga muscles and tissues natin. Dito rin natin makikita kung hanggang kailan yung kaya mong itagal. So, ano ba yung test na gagawin natin? Ang gagawin natin ay yung 3-minute step test. So, ang procedure niya ay, ang kailangan natin dito ay yung stairs or step box and stopwatch. So, procedure, stand at least 1 foot away from the step or bench with trunk erect and eyes looking straight ahead. The first step of the sequence should be alternate. At the signal go, step up and down the step or bench for 3 minutes at a rate of 96 beats per minute. One step consists of 4 beats, that is up with the left foot, count 1, up with the right foot, count 2, down with the left foot, count 3, down with the right foot, count 4. For the first sequence, then up with the right foot, count 1, up with the left foot, count 2, down with the right foot, count 3, down with the left foot, count 4 for the sequence. Second sequence. Observe proper breathing. Inhale with the nose, exhale through the mouth. Immediately after the exercise, stand and relax. Locate your pulse, and in 5 seconds, start to get the heart rate. Don't talk while taking the pulse beat. Count the pulse beat for 10 seconds and multiply it by 6. Get the recovery heart rate after 1 minute after the end of the test. For the partner, as the student assumes the position in front of the step signal, ready and go, start the stopwatch for the 3-minute step test. After the test, allow performer to locate his or her pulse in 5 seconds. Give the signal to count the pulse beat. Let the performer count his or her pulse beat for 10 seconds and multiply it by 6. Next is strength. Strength is the ability of the muscle to generate force against physical objects. So, dito naman sinusukat yung lakas ng inyong katawan. Example na lang sa pagbubuhat ng mabibigat na bagay. So, that is strength. So, ano ba yung difference ng endurance and strength? Yung strength, for example, kaya mong buhatin yung 30 kg na bigas. So, yun yung strength. Yun yung lakas mo. Kaya mong magbuhat ng 30 kg na bigas. Ano naman yung endurance? Dahil kaya mo nang buhatin yung 30 kg na bigat, hanggang kailan mo naman siya kayang buhatin? Tatagal ka ba ng 1 hour? Kaya mo ba siyang buhatin kahit gaano kalayo? So, that is endurance. So, ano ba yung physical fitness na pwede natin gawin? So, pwede natin gawin yung push-up. So, ano ba yung purpose ng push-up? To measure strength of our upper extremities. So, ang equipments naman natin dito ay mats or any clean mat. So, for the performer, lie down on the mat, face down in standard push-up position, palms on the mat about shoulder width, fingers pointing forward, and legs straight, parallel, and slightly apart, with the toes supporting the feet. For boys, straighten the arms, keeping the back and knees straight, then lower the arms until there is a 90-degree angle at the elbows. Upper arms are parallel to the floor. For girls naman, with knees in contact with the floor, straightens the arms, keeping the back straight. Then lower the arms until there is a 90-degree angle at the elbows. Upper arms are parallel to the floor. Perform as many repetitions as possible, maintaining a cadence of 20 push-ups per minute. 2 seconds going down and 1 second going up. A maximum of 50 push-ups for boys and 25 push-ups for girls. Para naman sa partner, as for the performer assumes the position of push-up, start counting as the performer lowers his or her body until he or she reaches 90-degree angle at the elbow. The partner should stand in front of the student and his or her eyes should be close to the elbow level to accurately judge the 90 degrees bend. Make sure that the performer executes the push-ups in the correct form. The test is determined when the performer can no longer execute the push-ups in the correct form, is in pain, voluntarily stops, or cadence is broken. Another physical fitness test is a basic plank. Its purpose is to measure strength, stability of the core muscles. So, paano ba yung procedure? Assume a push-up position. Rest body on forearms with palms and fingers flat on the floor. Elbows are aligned with the shoulders. Legs are straight with ankles, knees, and thighs touching together. Support weight on forearms and toes. Make sure that your back is flat. Head, neck, and spine are in straight line. Keep abdominals engaged, contracted. Do not let stomach drop or allow hips to rise. For the partner, ensure the availability of mat or smooth flooring or anything that can protect the forearms. Give the signal start or go and start or press the timepiece. Make sure that the back of the head, neck, spine, and ankles are in a straight line. Give 2 warnings. Stop the time when the performer can no longer hold the required position or when the performer has held the position for at least 90 seconds. Holding the plank position beyond 90 seconds is considered unnecessary. Next is power. It is the ability of the muscle to transfer energy and release maximum force at a fast rate. So, ang best na Physical fitness test dito is yung standing long jump. Its purpose is to measure the explosive strength and power of leg muscles. So dito, tinetest kung gaano kalakas yung strength ng ating muscles sa ating mga legs. The best physical fitness test for power is yung standing long jump. Its purpose is to measure the explosive strength and power of leg muscles para malaman natin yung kakayahan ng ating leg muscles. Next is agility. It is the ability to move in different directions quickly using a combination of balance, coordination, speed, strength, and endurance. So, dito naman, ang Tagalog ng agility ay liksi. Kung gaano ka kaliksi. Kaya mo bang baguhin agad yung direction mo or kaya mong gumalaw ng mabilis from one place to another? So, dito yung combination siya ng balance, coordination, speed, strength, and endurance. So, maraming sports ang kailangan ng agility like soccer, basketball, volleyball, and marami pang iba. So, ano ba yung physical fitness test na ginagawa dito? The hexagon agility test. It is to measure the ability of the body to move in different directions quickly. So, paano ba gawin yung hexagon agility test? Ang equipment natin dito ay tape measure, stopwatch, chalk, or masking tape. Ang hexagon size, length of each size is 18 inches and ang angle niya ay 120 degrees. So, para sa performer, stand with both feet together inside the hexagon, facing the marked starting side. At the signal go, using the ball of the feet with arms bent in front, jump clockwise over the line, then back over the same line inside the hexagon. Continue the pattern with all the sides of the hexagon. Rest for 1 minute. Repeat the test counter-clockwise. So, twice gagawin. Mag-rest lang ng 1 minute, then uulitin ulit pero counter-clockwise naman. So, para sa partner naman, start the time at the signal go and stop once the performer reached the side before the side where he or she started. Record the time of each revolution. Restart the test if the performer jumps on the wrong side or steps on the line. Next is reaction time. It is the amount of time it takes to respond to stimulus. So, ang physical fitness test dito ay yung stick drop test. Ang purpose niya ng stick drop test is to measure the time to respond to stimulus. So, ang equipment ay 24-inch ruler or stick, armchair or table, and chair. So, procedure. Para sa performer, sit on a chair with armrest or a chair next to the table so that the elbow and the lower arm rest on the desk or table comfortably. Place the heel of the hand in the desk or table so that the only fingers and thumb extend beyond. Fingers and thumb should at least be 1 inch apart. Catch the ruler or stick with the thumb and index finger without lifting the elbow. From the desk or table, as the partner drops the stick, hold the stick while the partner reads the measurement. Do this thrice. For the partner, hold the ruler or stick at the top, allowing it to dangle between the thumb and fingers of the performer. Hold the ruler or stick so that the 12-inch mark is even between the thumb and the index finger. No part of the hand of the performer should touch the ruler or stick. Drop the ruler or stick without warning and let the performer catch it with his or her thumb and index finger. Record the score on the upper part of the thumb. So now let's proceed to coordination. Coordination is the ability to use the senses with the body parts to perform motor tasks smoothly and accurately. So, kung paano mo magagamit yung mga senses mo kasabay ng body parts mo. So, ang best physical fitness test dito ay yung juggling. Its purpose is to measure the coordination of the eye and hand. Eye and hand coordination ang i-test dito. So, pwedeng gamitin yung sipa or pwede ding crumpled paper. So, paano ba gawin? For the performer, hit the sipa or rubber band. Similar local material alternately with the right and left palm upward. The height of the tossed material should be at least above the head. For the partner, count how many times the performer has hit the material with the right and left hand. Stop the test if the material drops or after 2 minutes. There shall be 3 trials. So now let's proceed to the balance. Balance is the maintenance of equilibrium while stationary or while moving. So from its word balance, kailangan mong i-balance yung sarili mo. So it is a test of balancing your equipment ay flat, non-slip surface, and stopwatch kung gaano mo maibabalance yung sarili mo. So, kaya may stopwatch kung gaano katagal. Ang physical fitness test ay torque balance test. Its purpose is to assess one's ability to maintain equilibrium. So, ganyan yung gagawin nyo katulad ng nasa picture. Ito yung scorecard or yung physical fitness test scorecard na sinasabi ko kanina. That's the end of the discussion in our topic physical fitness. So what do you think the picture is all about? Yes, it is all about our new topic, first aid. First aid is an immediate and temporary care given to a person who has been injured or suddenly taken ill. It includes self-help and home care if medical assistance is not available or delayed. So, paano ba siya naging connected sa topic natin kanina na diniscuss natin, which is the physical fitness? Dahil, if ever man na may mangyari sa inyo while doing the task or yung mga physical fitness test, may alam kayong first aid. So, ano ba yung aim or goal ng first aid? So, may tinatawag silang 3 P's. To preserve life. Stop the person from dying. So, kung may alam ka sa first aid, tapos meron kang naka-encounter ka na mamamatay na, alam mo pala yung gagawin doon. Masasave mo siya. Next is prevent further injury. Stop the person from being injured more. So, mapipigilan mo yung na magkaroon pa siya again ng mas serious case of injury. And promote recovery. You will try to help the person heal the injuries. So, these are the objectives of first aid: to lessen the pain when injured, prevent added or further injury or danger. Now, there are injuries that requires immediate care of first aid. First is the sprain. It is an injury to the ligaments of the bone due to the accidental tearing or overstretch. It is caused by trauma such as a fall or blow to the body that knocks a joint out of position, and in the worst case, ruptures the sport ligament. So, ayan yung picture. Strain naman, it is a twist, pull, or tear of the muscles or tendon, a cord of tissue connecting muscle to bone. So, ano yung kailangan natin gawin? Kailangan muna natin malaman yung RICE method. Ano ba yung RICE method? R stands for rest. So, kailangan nating i-rest or ipahinga yung injured part. Ice, kailangan natin mag-apply ng ice pack or cold compress for 10 minutes. Compression for letter C. It also reduces the swelling. So, use elastic bandages for at least 2 days. Check that the bandages is fit but not too tight. Check natin kung yung bandage ba ay fit or pero hindi naman masyadong mahigpit. Take the bandage off at night. And letter E is elevate. Elevate the injured part. So ano ba yung first aid in sprain or strain? Kapag merong na-sprain or na-strain, kadalasan nagkakaroon ng sprain or strain sa mga basketball players. So first is apply the RICE method. Again, what is RICE? It is rest, ice, compression, and elevate. Next is do not apply heat during the first day of injury. Huwag niyong lalagyan ng mainit sa first day ng kanyang injury. Next is remove rings immediately if the injury is to the hand or fingers. Kasi kailangan yung tanggalin yung singsing or yung mga porcelas na accessories kapag na-injured yung hands. Kasi kapag namaga yun, hindi mo na matatanggal yung mga singsing. Mas baka mag-cause pa ng further injuries. After 48 hours, start moving the limb gently but not only enough not to cause pain. So after 48 hours or 2 days, igalaw-galaw na yung na-sprain na part. Pero, wag naman yung sobrang sakit na kapag ginagalaw ninyo. Gradually increase the range of movement. Let the pain be your guide. Seek medical consultation immediately if pain or symptoms increase in severity or if symptoms persist. So, consult na ng doctors or punta na ng clinic or hospital if hindi gumagaling yung sakit or sobrang sakit nung sprain or strain nyo. So, that is the first aid in sprain or strain. Next is heat exhaustion. It is a response to heat characterized by fatigue, weakness, and collapse due to inadequate intake of water to compensate loss of fluids during sweating. So, dito naman kapag sobrang init, tapos di ka umiinom ng tubig na sobrang init, na dehydrate ka na. So, ano naman kailangan yung gawin na first aid? First is transport. Transport the victim to a cool place. So, ipunta nyo sa malimig na lugar. Give him or her plenty of water. Check for vital signs and seek. So, kailangan na natin mag-seek for medical help. Next naman is knee injury. Can result from a blow or twist to the knee, from improper landing after a jump, from running too hard, too much or without proper warm-up. Other common sports injuries suffered by athletes are shin splints, Achilles tendon injuries, patella dislocation, and hamstring quadriceps and calf injuries. So, etong mga to ay yung mga injuries na madalas na nakukuha ng mga athletes. So, ano ba yung first aid natin kapag meron nangyaring knee injury? So, stop your activity immediately. Do not work through in the pain. So, kapag nagkaroon na ng knee injury, itigil mo na yung ginagawa mo. Huwag mo nang parang ide-deny mo pa na masakit yung tuhod mo na may injury ka na. Next is rest the joint at first. Reduce pain, swelling, and internal bleeding with ice packs applied for 15 minutes every couple of hours. Bandage the knee firmly and extend the wrapping around the leg. Elevate the injured leg. Do not apply heat to the joint. Avoid alcohol as this encourages bleeding and swelling. So, wag maglalagay ng alcohol. Do not massage the joint as this encourages bleeding and swelling. 4 is fracture. It is a break or crack in the bone that can occur from either quick one-time injury to the bone, acute fracture, or from repeated stress to the bone over stress fracture. So, ano na may first aid natin sa fracture? First is check muna natin yung vital signs. Huwag gagalawin yung injured part. Stop the bleeding. Immobilize. If you have to move the person, immobilize the broken part by splinting. And syempre, laging seek for medical help immediately. Number 5 is dislocation. It is a condition in which bones are partially or completely pulled out from its position. Yung parang nasisingkol ba? Ganun. So, ano ba yung first aid natin dito? Number 1 is call for help immediately. Kailangan nang tumawag ng tulong. Splint the affect part. Do not try to move a dislocate part or force it to back into place. So, kapag na-dislocate ng ganon, huwag mo nang gagalawin yung na-dislocate na part. Or, huwag mong gagawin na ipo-force mo pabalik yung na-dislocate at baka maputol pa. And lastly, apply ice on the injured part to reduce swelling. So, syempre kapag namamagana, mag-apply tayo ng ice. So, questions. So, that's it for our lesson for today. Now, let's have questions kung naintindihan nyo talaga yung ating lesson. So, first question is, ano-ano yung mga health-related fitness? Okay, so, it is the body composition, flexibility, cardiovascular endurance, and strength. How about yung mga skill-related fitness? Ano-ano naman yung mga yon? Power, agility, reaction time, coordination, and balance. Ano naman yung ibig sabihin ng RICE method? Rest, ice, compression, and elevate. Ano naman yung twist, pull, or tear of a muscle or tendon, a cord of tissue connecting muscle to bone? The answer is strain. Very good. Now, get one whole sheet of paper and list down 10 words that are connected to first aid. Okay. So, kung meron pa kayong nakita dyan, hindi ko na kita, please comment down below. Now, let's proceed to your learning activity sheet. Get your learning activity sheet and para masundan ninyo yung gagawin dito sa inyong last. So, most essential learning competency natin sa topic natin today is to perform appropriate first aid for injuries and emergency situation in physical activity and sport settings. Example is cramps, sprain, heat exhaustion, and others. So, background information. At any moment, you or someone around you could experience an injury or illness. Using basic first aid, you may be able to avoid a minor accident from getting worse. In case of a serious medical emergency, you may even save a life. In this lesson, you will understand that the first aid emergency care can provide when someone is injured or ill until proper medical treatment is available. So, katulad nga ng sinabi natin kanina, ang first aid is to prolong life. So, kapag meron kang alam na first aid, you can save a life until medical treatment is available. So this will also make you understand that for minor conditions, first aid treatment may be enough, but for serious problems, first aid treatment should be continued until more advanced care becomes available. So, hindi porke may alam kang first aid, sa minor conditions, pwede siyang enough na yon. Pero kapag mga serious problems na, kailangan ng more advanced care. So, kailangan seek na for medical treatments. Kasi, kahit na nabigyan mo na siya ng first aid, maybe, you can save him pa rin. So, mas maigi, seek for medical help. So, instructions, answer the following activities, and do not forget to fill in the learner's information above. So, ma'am, sabihin nyo, saan po ba magsasagot? Sa learning activity sheet magsasagot. At huwag niyong kalimutang ilagay yung pangalan ninyo, date, and section. Second direction is read the directions carefully. Lagi niyong babasahin at iintindihing mabuti yung mga directions. And avoid erasure. So, kung maaari, isulat niyo muna sa long pad. Tapos, sa pag-final na yung answer niyo, tsaka niyo ilipat dun sa ating learning activity sheet. So, activity 1, ang direction is, let's see if you are aware of doing first aid. To analyze the following situation below on opposite side, give your immediate action in the following situations, write your answer inside the box. So, sa learning activity sheet ninyo, merong 2 columns dyan. Yung isa ay situation about kung paano nyo bibigyan sila ng first aid. So, yung isa may mga situations na injured or something. Then, dun sa next column ay kung ano yung first aid na gagawin ninyo or ano yung action na gagawin ninyo sa mga situations na nandyan sa activity sheets ninyo. So, ilagay niyo yung answer sa box. Activity 2, identification. Name the different injuries being described on the following statements. Choose your answer on the box below. Write your answer on the space provided each number. So, kung ano yung nakalagay dyan, hahanapin nyo kung ano, hindi yung meaning, yung name ng bawat injuries. And number 3 is demonstration. In this activity, you need to ask the help and assistance of your family or friends. So, dito sa activity 3, demonstration. Kailangan yung mag-demo. So, kailangan nyo ng assistance ng family, parents, or guardians ninyo, tsaka ng kaibigan nyo kung sino yung malapit dyan sa inyo. Choose one common injury being encouraged by an officiating official and athlete while on physical activity. So, mag-isip kayo ng isang common injury na nangyayari sa mga officiating officials or mga athletes kapag sila ay may laro or nag-o-officiate ng isang laro. And, i-demonstrate nyo yung proper application ng first aid. Paano nyo gagawin yung first aid? So, don't forget to document this activity for assessment process. Paano nyo i-document? So, ilalagay nyo yung step-by-step na process, picture ng step-by-step process, then ipiprint nyo sa bond paper. So, i-attach nyo yung document or yung print nyo na picture sa activity sheets and answer the questions. What are the objectives in giving first aid? Ano ba yung objectives ng pagbibigay ng first aid. Activity 4 is true or false. Read and analyze the following statement. Identify whether the statement is correct or not. So, alamin ninyo kung yung tanong or statement ay tama o mali. So, write the word true if the statement is correct and otherwise write false. And lastly, isulat ang inyong reflection. Write the important things you learned from the topic about physical activity and physical fitness. So that's it for today. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye!